Welcome to Heather the Sunflower Witch. I'm Heather. So today we are going to talk about protection and protection in witchcraft. Something that's usually said is that protection is one of the first things you need to learn as a beginner, and one of the things that's easiest for beginners, which I do agree. I do agree that protection for beginners is a great first start. But I figured let's do a video on describing what protection is, what types of things you can do for protection, how it works for you, how it helps you. This type of video is more like informative of these types of protection. So the first thing is like, what is protection, and like why does somebody who is starting out should start there? And for me, my explanation is that protection is a way to act as protection for you in the craft. This is with your energy, this is with what you're putting out in the universe and what's coming in, and this is what's going on around you. If you think of like your body as kind of like a force-filled bubble around you of your energy, then think of protection as like a wall that goes around your bubble, and it protects you from things coming in. Now, with protection, there's always, when you think of protection, I should say, is like self-defense. Or when you think of protecting yourself, you're keeping on guard if you're walking out at night. And with protection in witchcraft, it's the same kind of way, where you are protecting yourself from bad influences or bad energy. This could be evil eyes, this could be just negative influences, negative entities. This also could just be protecting yourself in order as you grow in your craft. This is just keeping you protected if something does happen. And it doesn't always mean that something will or something won't. It's just kind of that barricade for just in case. Now, why is it so good for beginners? Because it is something that's easy to understand. This is something that's a very good base level, as it helps you further on in the craft. This helps you starting up. But also, protection is a good just understanding of magic, of how when you believe in your energy, when you put out your energy, that this is you protecting that. So this is kind of working in hand with yourself. As for protection of like, when I do it, does it mean that it's something that's going on and on, or is this something that's just a one-time use and move on? And the thing is, protection is a very wide variety. There can be protections that last years for you. This could last centuries if you come from a pagan family, or a witchier family. This also could be some one-time things where you do something that maybe lasts for like a week, or something that protects you just for, let's say you go out and you're going on a trip back, you're going to a different state for a trip, and you want protection for just that trip, of just keeping your energy good, or keeping your energy in line with the universe. Protecting for that period of time, that is a short type of protection. Overall protection is something that's more long-term. Now, when I'm talking about these things, the types of protection is also something that could be talked about. So when I think of it, some things that come up is protection spells, like candles, protection spell jars, which are basically like little jars that do have protection elements in it, like herbs and crystals, energy, candle wax, even just like items like a key is protection. Or like locking in, like I think of a key, when you put a key in a spell, you like lock it to seal, that's for that protection. Some of those are some examples, but other things is like amulets. You can wear a necklace or bracelets, or perhaps like a headband for protection. There's also warding, which is basically the space that you choose to do your craft, you have wards that protect that space. Or you could have wards in your home that protects your entire home. And these types of things can range from even just items that you might find that you energetically use as protection. Perhaps you create things. You can always use like clay or paper or painting, and you mold a ward that you energetically put in to be your protection. Another thing is meditation. When you're meditating, thinking like I was talking about the force field around you, if you think of like, being protected around you during meditation, that's one thing that can come up. Chanting, when you're saying that I am protected, I am safe, I am well loved, doing that I am protected, I am safe, is that type of chanting that you can use for protection and to use to add more energy to what's going on around you. Just outside things is that if you choose to work with entities like deities or ancestors or angels or demons or even just other entities that you may come across and work with, they do have their own protection, and they may come into your life as that extra step or that extra oomph into your protection. So that's another realm of protection that you have. There's also just other things that you can find that's protecting, whether it's finding items that maybe just stay with you, or perhaps it's something that's passed along generations and then it comes to you. There are so many different things of protections. It's not just one size fits all type of thing. And that's the same thing with what you choose for protection. It's not one size fits all. What I do for protection is going to be different than what you do. It's going to be different than what your best friend does if they go with you. My protection is different than the other witches that I communicate with. It's always going to be something different, but because it's protecting your energy, I'm not doing this as a way to protect somebody else unless I do make something for somebody else. Which I will get onto that in a little bit. But as for you yourself, it is something that's completely unique to you. That's actually kind of exciting because it goes back to the saying that when you do witchcraft, it is your journey, it is your craft, which means doing things to make your craft you. And that even goes down to protection. Now, if you are to use these, like let's say you make these type of items, what can they do? Well, if you're leaving them in a certain room, then that energy is, for that room, and you leave that at like a table or by your bedside. If it's like an amulet, it could be something that you wear every day. Maybe it's an amulet when you travel, so when you travel you wear it. Maybe it's protection during a basketball game that you play. And then it's just a small necklace that you wear only during basketball games. That's another option. Even just like the chanting could be something you could wake up every morning as you're getting ready for work or school, that you're just saying, I am protected, I am safe. This could be something that you could do. Can protection be like for other things? Sure, you can always do protection when you do spell work. This could be protection in doing tarot readings. Even when you're learning about things, it's always going to be evolving, and even your protection is going to be evolving. Mine right now is nowhere the same when I first started like 2-3 years ago. When I first started, I had very small items that I used for protection, and now I have multiple jewelries, I have multiple amulets, I have multiple wardings, multiple things, and it's just something that you continuously evolve over time. Now, a little bit about the protection for other people. As you're learning protection for yourself, and as you gain more experience and as you learn more about it, you may think about, should I do some protection for the people I care about? This could be a sibling, this could be a mother, maybe a family member, this could be like a best friend, or a lover, and maybe you just want to give them some sort of protection. Can you do that? Yes, you can make something that is protection for them with your energy and with whatever you may use, whether it's herbs, crystals, or other things that I mentioned earlier. You can make that for them, and then they have something that protects them. Actually, when I started out, my sister made me multiple protection things starting out while I was learning. So it's you can do that for others. And as for me, do I still work with protection? I do. As I'm still learning and still evolving, protection is still a vital thing in my craft. Whether it's, wearing my amulets, whether it's protecting my energy with fabric, or my wards. It's something that I continuously make, and maybe something that no longer works. And that can happen. So what do? Make new protections, make new wards. You can reuse the old and other spells. Something that's always changing. And so for me, protection is always changing in my craft. So for people to start out, if it's something like, if you're here and you're wanting to learn, okay, what should I do first? Protection's a good thing. You can research it, figure out what makes sense to you. You can think about ways that maybe it makes you you. So, for example, if you like stuffed animals, perhaps you can make like a protection poppet. Or maybe you enchant one of your stuffed animals that protects you. Or let's say you like I mentioned earlier, you're a basketball player. Doing something that's very small for basketball games could be something you could do. It's always changing, always different for you, and that's something you get to figure out. So I hope this little video does give you some ideas, maybe get some thoughts rolling for you. If you have questions, feel free to leave them down below. I don't know all the answers. No one really does, but if I can help out, or even maybe just give you some advice that may help you, feel free to leave a comment. Or even if you just want to be like, what do you think about this? Hey, we can just leave that comment down below. And if you like these type of videos, feel free to feel free to subscribe. There's other witchy videos on this channel. There's also some gaming videos, especially if you like indie games or farming games. That's something I like to play. If you like tarot readings, there's also some tarot and oracle readings on here. It's just kind of a bit of a variety. So if you enjoy this, feel free to stick around. I hope you guys have a good day, evening, and night. Bye!